On the Kim, America's face of dating, and today we're going to be talking about one of my clients who was an overthinker, and now he's a natural flirt in a really effortless, awesome relationship as of 2 weeks ago. And so he used to overthink every text move. We'll talk about that in a second. And now he's the guy that she can't stop flirting with, as you can see in this picture. Weston's a really awesome dude, man. Like, he lives in Arizona, has a great company, and overall he's a pretty cool guy. But when me and my team talk to him, he's like, dude, like, for some reason I just can't really seem to like control myself or like keep my cool, is what he said, around girls who he perceived as like above a 5 out of 10 attraction to him in his eyes. And he would overthink, he would fall apart. He's like, dude, the girls that I don't really find attractive or I'm not into, they're really easy to talk to. But the girls that I can't, or like that I see as like, above that 5 is the girls that just he would fall apart around. Like, he would overthink, he would just be really needy and anxious, like he would double text her, and he was just making all sorts of mistakes that people don't realize how impactful that is on her attraction for him. And so let's talk about really what he changed here and how he changed that through my program and through my mentorship. So again, he used to be an anxious texter, couldn't relax for a woman, and it was making girls lose interest fast, right? On the color chart here, as you've probably seen before, most girls that you talk to start in the yellow zone. Doesn't matter, if you're attracted to them or not. Most people for you are going to be in the yellow zone, just like how you are going to be for most people at the start as well. And it causes her, when he couldn't relax for women, like girls were losing interest fast, it's because he was doing things like he was overthinking every single text message. And that shows, like, when you take a girl on a date, and he said that he had a problem, like when he would get the number of a girl that he found really attractive, the girl would literally, like, sometimes he couldn't even get to the first date. And that's a texting, like that is a confidence issue, right? That is coming out through your texting. A lot of guys think it's a texting issue, right? And that's kind of true. But what's actually true is that it's a confidence issue leaking out into your texting, because at the same time, if you took her on a date, that shit's going to happen in person too, whether you know it or not. If it's a confidence issue, it's going to leak out into your conversation and into your flirting with the girl, and she's going to lose interest anyways. That wouldn't really be a conversation issue. That is a lack of self-esteem issue. And so that was causing him to lose, like, these girls were losing interest fast, man, like over like the course of like a few days, and eventually just hitting him with like, you're a really sweet guy, but I just don't feel that connection. He was really confused because these girls at first, like, they seemed to be like really hot for him, like they seemed to be really into him, and he seemed like a bad boy at first, man. Like, he has a beard, like, he has his own company. But really, really fast, like, again, like, his insecurity started leaking out. He had no idea how to build her interest all the way to the red zone over here, just build her interest all the way up, the opposite. And he just couldn't seem to keep her interested. And so we had to fix everything, dude. We had to fix the overthinking first, right? The overthinking that was coming out in his texting, like, once we gave him like a clear framework on like how to actually text, how to talk to women, that like deleted the overthinking pretty much instantly. And of course, we reviewed how he texted. So texting is like my tool to use when you guys work with me inside of my program, Arrows, Effortless Romance on Site. It's what that stands for, by the way. But the biggest thing that I can critique you guys on and see how you talk and how you think about yourself and how you perceive yourself is your text messages, right? That is the rawest form that I can see unless I was with you in person. And so texting is honestly even better because I can just see it right there, like how you're talking, what you're saying, and I can be like, so this is how he perceives himself, basically. I can read a lot through your guys' texting. I've done this for a long time. And then we show you what to say, I correct that, and we fix that, and it fixes your overthinking. Your confidence goes through the roof because you never saw it from this perspective, and now you're texting her and she's chasing you like crazy. And the biggest issue was that he was just way too nice. And this is a lot of your guys' issue, man. Like, girls would walk all over him. He would let stuff slide that shouldn't have been slid, I guess you could say. And he was seeking validation. He was way too needy. His timing was way off. And once we corrected those things, that's what changed the entire game for Weston here, because it's not a pickup line issue, right? A lot of guys think it's a pickup line issue, or it's like once I meet the right woman who understands me. Well, dude, like you've probably met the right woman, quote unquote, dozens of times, but you've talked her out of liking you, and she's lost interest for you. And that's why you end up in this position right here where girls just lose interest and they pull back and you're like, what the fuck happened? And again, like Weston's a really cool guy, has a great career, goes to like, he takes a trip to Scottsdale and like gets a McLaren for the day and just has some fucking fun. Like a lot of you guys are the same like type of person, man. You're the same man. You're just way too fucking nice. You let stuff slide that shouldn't be slid. And it's like, you probably don't do that in your career, right? Like you don't do that in your job. You don't do that with your family. You don't do that with your health. Maybe on the weekends. But it's like, you don't really do that, right? Like instead, like when you meet a woman that you're really interested in, suddenly like all these weak points start coming out where you're just, again, you're way too nice and you're telling her how beautiful she is. Like Hollywood taught you. It's like, dude, fuck Hollywood. Like Hollywood tells you guys to buy her flowers and wine her diner on the first date. Treat her like she's like a queen right from the start. But the problem is that you're over-investing emotionally way too soon. You're treating her as if she's a queen before she even deserves that. Like, doesn't mean she's a good girl, a bad girl, whatever. But it just doesn't mean that she deserves that from you right away. And women want to work for that. They want to feel like they earned that, right? They don't want to just be given that right away. Or they're just going to categorize you as the guy who's just like a beta male provider. And some girls do marry guys like that, unfortunately. But she's never going to feel that raw emotional attraction for you. And that's what we taught Weston. After we fixed the overthinking, we showed his mistakes that gave him so much more clarity and confidence in how he talked. But then after that, we had to teach him the concepts, the natural attraction stuff that triggers her to become more attracted to you over time, like on this chart right here. Instead of her losing interest right here in the blue zone and going all the way down to the blue zone where she just says, I just don't feel that connection for you. Or you're a great guy, but I'm just not looking for a relationship. Instead, you're building her interest all the way to the relationship up here. And that's exactly where you want her to be right here. Because in the red zone, let me see if I can find a picture for you guys actually. Maybe right here. Here you go. Right there. So like in the red zone, there we go. You're causing her to build interest all the way to the red zone in the relationship here, right? Like you have the blue zone right there. Right here, I guess you could say, and it build, like you said, you want to build her interest all the way. The red zone is where love happens, where a relationship happens. But Weston, his problem was, again, is that he would meet the girl and he would just totally just deflate, man. Like he would be way too weak, way too needy, way too beta male pleaser, and her interest would just drop. And it's like most guys are just like, oh, women just suck. It's not that women just suck. It's just women are attracted to a specific type of man. And if you want to become that man, you have to put in some work on yourself, bro. Like that's just the harsh reality of it. You have to learn the skills. Like either way, you have to learn the skills, the easy way or the hard way. Like how I view my program and what I do for a living and how many people we've impacted is that you really have two paths. Like you're gonna have to learn this the hard way or the easy way. The hard way is, like I did it, where it's like you go through 10 years of going through this bullshit until you finally decide, okay, you know what? I need to take action. I need to get a mentor. I need to get some outside help on this stuff. The easy path is just being like, you know what? Like admitting you have a problem. Admitting you have a problem is half the battle to begin with, bro. The other half is just correcting it. And it's like, that's what my program is. It's like, you guys first have to be like, you know what? I have a problem. I need the help. And then we just help you correct it. We show you the way. And in a few months, you're effortlessly attracting. It's like you can get a dream relationship if you want to do that, but first you have to correct the root of the problem, which is girls are losing interest, and that's a you problem. It's not a girl problem. If it's a one-time deal, maybe it's a girl problem, but if this is consecutively happening, dude, it's a you problem. And once we fix that, dude, you're set for life. And so if you're a guy like Weston, like have a decent career, maybe you run your own company, maybe you do sales, I don't know, like you're crushing it overall in your professional life, but when it comes to dating and relationships, that's where things tend to fall apart. If you're watching this on Instagram or Facebook, message me the word coach or message me the word ready and say that you came from this video. That would help me a ton knowing that you're watching this content and it's helping you. But if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a calendar link in the description below. You can book in a call with me or my team, and we'll walk you through a strategy of what it would look like to partner up and work with me. My program, it's for men who are ready to take action, who are ready to fix this. And so again, like half the battle is realizing, you know what, I got a problem. Got a problem to begin with. That's okay, that's good. You can fix that. But if you stay, there's this old saying, I forget who said it, but the saying goes, you can ignore reality, right? And reality is that girls pull away and you have a problem with dating and relationships. But you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality, which means you can't ignore the consequences of being like, it's just women. That means it's just going to keep happening to you. And so again, if you're a guy, like you're ready to change, you're ready to work on this stuff, you're the perfect boyfriend on paper, but you just have a little problem with dating and relationships here, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, message me the word ready. I'll get back to you and see if you're a perfect fit for what we do. We'll walk you through some questions, hop on a call, we'll walk you through everything right then and there, and we get everything going right then and there. But if you are a guy who you're watching this on YouTube, there's a calendar link in the description below. Book in a call with us, take action, and let's fix this right fucking now, bro. Because the more you wait, the longer that it's just gonna the longer you're gonna suffer, bro. And so I'm looking forward to working with you and potentially changing your life. I'm Son of Kim, America's Face of Dating. I'll see you guys in the next video.